Matthew Perry's assistant sentenced, the dark story behind one of Hollywood's most shocking death cases when actor Matthew Perry was found dead in October 2023. The world reacted with shock. To millions of people, he wasn't just an actor, he was Chandler Bing. Funny, sarcastic, comforting, a face people had grown up watching for decades. At first, many assumed his death was simply another tragic celebrity overdose story. But as investigators began digging deeper, the case became far more disturbing. Because according to federal investigators, Matthew Perry had become surrounded by a network of people who allegedly exploited his addiction behind the scenes. And now, one of the most talked about figures connected to the case has officially been sentenced. His former assistant, the man who reportedly lived closest to Perry during the final months of his life. According to prosecutors, the assistant helped obtain ketamine for Perry multiple times, even after his condition reportedly became dangerous. Court documents revealed investigators believed several individuals were involved in supplying drugs connected to the case, including medical professionals and alleged dealers. The investigation quickly expanded into what prosecutors described as an underground supply chain operating around Perry's addiction struggles, and the details became increasingly disturbing. Messages revealed during the investigation allegedly showed people discussing Perry not as a person, but almost like an opportunity, a source of money, a customer they believed would continue paying enormous amounts for drugs. One message released publicly during the case reportedly said, "How much will this moron pay?" That single line spread rapidly online because to many people, it transformed the case from tragedy into exploitation. Federal investigators claimed Perry had been receiving ketamine treatments legally at one point through medical supervision, but prosecutors say the amounts later involved went far beyond legitimate treatment. The investigation alleges the drugs being supplied privately became increasingly dangerous, eventually leading to the overdose that ended his life. The case exploded across social media and news outlets because it raised a terrifying question about Hollywood itself. How many struggling celebrities are quietly surrounded by people profiting from their addiction? People who appear supportive publicly, while privately enabling self-destruction. And that question made the story feel bigger than just one actor, because Matthew Perry himself had spoken openly for years about addiction. He had written about it, talked about it in interviews, warned people how brutal recovery could become, which made the details of the investigation feel especially tragic. According to prosecutors, the people around him allegedly saw vulnerability and turned it into business. Now, after months of hearings and investigations, his former assistant has reportedly been sentenced to more than 3 years in prison connected to the case. But even with convictions, many people online still feel unsettled because the case exposed a side of celebrity culture most people rarely see. Isolation, dependency, people hidden behind fame, and individuals willing to profit from someone clearly struggling. The story continues developing as legal proceedings connected to other individuals move forward. But for many fans, the hardest part is still the same. Looking back at old interviews of Matthew Perry joking on camera, while privately fighting battles, few people around him truly seem to stop. And maybe that's why this case hit so hard online, because underneath the headlines, underneath the court documents, underneath the celebrity gossip, the story feels painfully human. A man struggling to stay alive, while the people closest to him allegedly helped pull him deeper instead.